Yeah, good evening to both of you. This is certainly a low-lying area. You were talking about those evacuations. You know what? 15,000 residents live in this specific area of Bayboro. Only half of them followed that mandatory evacuation, and that is why the town mayor here actually requested this elite unit from New York, the New York Task Force 1, to come here to actually help with their rescues. You see their vans here, the NYPD vans, and then behind that, those National Guard vans here, because this area is certainly low-lying, and even though Mr. G was just talking about those outer bands, which we're certainly feeling, we're already seeing flooding. They arrived ahead of Hurricane Florence and jumped right into action.
Put a loop around that gas tank, please.
Members of the FDNY, NYPD, and Office of Emergency Management who make up New York's elite Task Force 1.
All these guys, there's 83 of us, we're all first responders. You know, we do it in our home state, in our home city of New York City, and that's just in our blood.
Chief Downey and his team have been studying the maps, ready to help with rescues due to fast-moving floodwaters.
The area is starting to flood out, so we're concerned that these people are going to be stuck for a couple days.
And just outside the flood zone, you can see New York Task Force 1 getting these boats ready for when the storm surge is expected to reach 30 inches plus after the storm passes. They'll be ready to go. In fact, the team was called in by the local sheriff in the town of Bayboro because of just how many people did not follow the mandatory evacuation orders.
We have about 15,000 people that live in these communities.
And how many do you think stayed?
I would say probably half.
And because of that, Tom Trainer, the task force leader, says they've already responded to 911 calls of people who need help evacuating ahead of this storm making landfall.
Evac some lady down there with her 2 dogs.
So they're already flooded?
They're already flooded, yes. We were down there and it's getting bad.
That'll work. Come on top. All right.
As for why they do this,
it's like my daughter said, I said it before we left New York, when I signed up for the team, my daughter says to us, Dad, what are you doing? Why do you want to do this? People are leaving when hurricanes are happening or something bad's happening. And she goes, why do you want to do this? And I said, honey, you know what? People need our help.
and in fact, so many people do need that help. Half of those 15,000 residents still remain. In fact, the chief actually telling me when he went down to that coastal community, one of those residents was a former NYPD captain who said, you know what? I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot in New York, and I am staying put through this storm. They tried to coax him out, and he was not moving. Coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, we're going to find out more about how the actual mayor and the police chief were able to get this specific unit from New York to this town coming up at 6 o'clock. We'll see you then. For now, we are live in Bayboro, North Carolina, as the outer bands begin to hit. I'm Dan Manarino, Pix 11 News. We'll send it back to both of you.
Yeah, you hear the wind they're picking up. Dan, stay safe out there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we're keeping a real close eye on this monster storm tonight. We're going to head back out to Dan Manarino on the news at 6 o'clock. And just ahead in the next half hour for you, a live report from the beach on the Outer Banks. You can also always go to pix11.com or use the Pix 11 News app for the very latest information 24/7.